If you are planning to live in Vietnam long term and enjoy all of the benefits as a Vietnamese local do, make sure that you register for the Vietnamese citizenship. Hello, this is Strang here, and if you are new to this channel, I'm from Youth Global Communication Team, and I have seen that there is a wave among entrepreneurs and also Vietnamese overseas that they want to obtain the Vietnamese citizenship. And in today's video, I'm here with Attorney Ken Yu, who is an international business and immigration lawyer who can answer all of your questions regarding how you can register for a Vietnamese citizenship. Now let's get started. Hello, Mr. Ken Yu, and thank you for accepting my invitation to come here today.
Thank you very much, Dan, for allowing me to join the program, and thank you to the audience. I look forward to sharing some of your frequently asked questions regarding Vietnamese citizenship.
To start up, I want to ask you that who can apply for the Vietnamese citizenship?
So right now, in order to get Vietnamese citizenship, there are two main groups that can get it. The number one most prevalent group are Vietnamese overseas, which means that you were born in Vietnam or your parents were born in Vietnam and you have certain established roots in Vietnam, but you are currently have a second citizenship, either United States, Canada, Australia, Europe, or anywhere in the world. You want to get your Vietnamese citizenship back in order to do various things. So that's the number one group. The second group are foreigners who are currently married to a Vietnamese man or a woman, and they can get Vietnamese citizenship through marriage.
So another question that we're getting it all the time is, so if as a Vietnamese descent, what document do you need to prepare in order to apply for the Vietnamese citizenship, Mr. Ken?
Great question that you asked. So there are three main documents in order to establish your what are called Vietnamese origins. So those main documents that you would need are your Vietnamese birth certificate, your Vietnamese national ID if you had one, and also what's called a hộ khẩu or family book. Those are the three main documents that every Vietnamese citizen needs to have in order to establish their Vietnamese citizenship. If you have all three, that's really great. I know that DG can expedite the process, but if you only have some, then we can help you with the process of establishing your roots to Vietnam.
Well, that's very interesting to know. And another question relating to your answer is, there are many people out there that they have lost their birth certificate. So can they still apply for the Vietnamese passport, Mr. Ken?
So in those situations, it's a little bit tougher in order to establish your roots because you don't have a birth certificate. However, we also can help you if we know the city you were born in, the hospital you were born at, which has a certain ward jurisdiction. Then we can actually help you to go to that particular city, work with the local authorities and the hospital to get a verification of birth, which says that you were born at that hospital or within that ward in that city, and that is a government document establishing your roots to that city. That can be used in lieu of a birth certificate for the documentation purposes.
Well, that's very informative. But in reality, in Youth Global, we receive many cases that when their Vietnamese parents are Vietnamese, but they are actually born in the U.S., can they still apply for the Vietnamese citizenship, Mr. Ken?
So as an individual, when you do not have a birth certificate, there are many reasons, because some of the folks who left before 1975 or right after the war, they may not have documentation, or they were born in the United States. That is extremely common. In order to get citizenship, still you have to work through your parents. So one of your parents needs to have their birth certificate, or they have the various documents we talked about. And they would have to get their Vietnamese passport first in order for you to get your passport as well. So there was a two-step process. It means that your mom or your dad will get their citizenship first, and after that, you will apply using their status as Vietnamese citizens to establish your roots to Vietnam. And under very, very rare circumstances that the parents, and this has happened as well, whereby neither of the parents want to get Vietnamese citizenship, and that's for political reasons, social reasons, or other reasons why they just do not want to get Vietnamese citizenship, then you, through the help of our company, can get the citizenship via establishing that your parents were born in Vietnam with both of their birth certificates, and then a certification by the area that they lived in to show that they were once living in that particular area, declaration by the ward or the city saying this family used to live here in Vietnam, even though this person was not born here in Vietnam. So establishing the roots without their parents getting citizenship. However, I would need to recommend that that is a very long and arduous path. Thus, we recommend that one of your parents should get Vietnamese citizenship first, and then you can get it through them.
So that is very interesting, Mr. Kent. And so the question that we've been asked all the time, so what do you think are the benefits of getting the Vietnamese passport or Vietnamese citizenship?
So there are four main categories and benefits that you have. Number one is you get freedom of travel. So with a Vietnamese passport, you can go to all the ASEAN countries, all 10 countries, without a visa, which includes Cambodia, also East Timor, Indonesia, Laos, some of the countries that even US citizens have to get visas to go to. Second benefit of having a Vietnamese passport or citizenship is allows you to open up businesses in Vietnam. So you can open as a local business instead of a foreign business. And if you watch one of the other videos that Yung Global has created, you can see some of the differences between a foreign and a local owned. So having a locally owned business allows you more freedom to operate in Vietnam. The third benefit is regarding property ownership. As a local Vietnamese, you're not subjected to foreign quotas, certain foreign taxes, and certain limitations regarding land ownership. Thus, it makes sense for you to have the Vietnamese passport. And then number four, finally, is if you don't want to travel in and out of Vietnam all the time, you just want to stay here permanently. If you're already retired, you're on the beach, you just don't want to get to a border or outside of the country, it makes a lot of sense just to have that Vietnamese passport. So those are the four main benefits of having a Vietnamese passport. And there are other smaller benefits that you can watch some of our other videos to see as well.
Wow, that's very great, and all the benefits are also great as well. So does it take very long time for you to get the Vietnamese citizenship?
So we've streamlined the process in order to get the Vietnamese passport. We quote between 6 to 8 months is in the hardest and most difficult cases. But in the fastest and most judicial cases, we can get it within 3 to 4 weeks. So less than 1 month, you can get your Vietnamese passport and other documentation that would come with it as well.
That's very impressive to know. So something that is very confusing for me and also for our audience as well. What is the difference between a Vietnamese passport and Vietnamese citizenship, Attorney Ken?
Well, the main thing is, so as a U.S. attorney, we do a lot of immigration programs to the United States and around the world. The typical process is you would go through the immigration programs, then you would get your US passport, your Portugal passport, or Canada, and that is called full citizenship. However, Vietnam's immigration laws are a little bit reversed in the sense that you get your passport first, but you're not a full citizen yet until you get your national ID and your family book. By having all three documents, you begin to have the bundle of legal rights of land ownership, opening up businesses in Vietnam. Thus, it's a little bit different if you say you have a Vietnamese passport versus you have a Vietnamese citizenship. And you cannot compare it to other programs around the world because it's slightly different due to the new developments of immigration law and programs in Vietnam.
I see. So that's very specific for those two types of what is the Vietnamese passport and also the Vietnamese citizenship. So how can we get the Vietnamese citizenship, Mr. Ken?
So after we get the Vietnamese passport through the process we discussed, then in order you have to get your family book first, and then you get your national ID. in order to get your family book, you need to have a family member in Vietnam or a sponsoring family that has a citizenship and a residence in that particular home or ward or province. And they would sponsor you into their family book saying this person permanently resides in this location. From there, you take that and you would actually go to make your national ID in Vietnam. And thus, you have your Vietnamese passport, your family book, and then you have your national ID. That is your full citizenship package in Vietnam.
And I know that a lot of our audience are eager to know that how long does it take when you get the Vietnamese passport, the family book, and also the identity card certificate?
So the total process that it takes to get the passport, the family book, and the national ID is averaging between 12 to 18 months, with the division of the passport in 3 to 6 months. And then after that, you get your family book in another 3 to 6 months. And then finally, your ID, you can get it within 3 to 4 weeks. So the fastest time that we've done it for our clients is roughly about 12 months. And the longer and average periods would be between 12 to 18 months.
So the final question that I have that I know a lot of audience have in mind, can a person have two nationalities certificate?
So yes, they can. Also, Vietnam allows you to have multiple citizenships around the world, but however, you actually need to learn how to use it properly. So we made a whole video about that as well, that the audience can actually watch on when to use your home country passport versus your Vietnamese passport, what the jurisdictional issues are, what the criminal or litigation potential, and what your risk liabilities are. So make sure you watch that video as well to understand how to use your dual citizenship properly.
So thank you, Attorney Kenyu, for that answer. That's also a wrap for our video today. And if you want more information regarding how you can get the Vietnamese citizenship, please give us a call. And so, Attorney Kenyu, any last word that you want to say to our audience?
So thank you very much for having me on the show, and I look forward to coming back for other programs that we can share knowledge.
Thank you. If you like this video, please like and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. And we'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.